Hey guys, it's Cayley from Banana TV. I've been asked to share with you my vegan story. So my story starts about 3.5 years ago, and it all started with a text message. I received a text message while I was at work from my girlfriend Nicole, and she said to me, "How would you feel about me going raw?" And I had no idea what raw was. I was thinking, is raw where you don't shave? Do you not shower anymore, not wash your hair? The whole all-natural thing? I had no idea what raw was. So when I got home that night, I said, yeah, of course, no problem. Do whatever you want, whatever's gonna make you happy. And then I found out that it was only raw food. And raw food basically meant that she was going to be eating nothing but raw food, but it was all going to be vegan, which seemed a little weird to me. So to back up just a little bit, I grew up with a vegetarian mom, and I always thought it was a little bit weird. Everyone around me always kind of treated her differently for it. And I grew up thinking that it was just something that was just a little bit weird. For me, I didn't have any preferences with food. I was not a picky kid at all. I would eat pretty much whatever you gave me. And like so many other people, I also grew up with a glass of milk for dinner because I needed to grow strong, healthy bones, meat on my plate because I needed to get big and strong, the protein, and I would have eggs for breakfast a lot of the time. So when Nicole went vegan, it was really weird for me. I didn't know how to support her. I didn't know things that I could do. I really didn't know anything about it. And for the first few months that she was vegan, I kind of just stood back and I just watched. I just observed. And she had a huge transformation. She dropped weight, she was feeling better, her skin was clearing up, and she had more energy. She was overall a whole lot happier. And that made me super happy. That was good enough for me, no problem. But then it started getting a little bit difficult. We would go shopping. And of course you're shopping for two totally different dietary needs. So I was still eating cheese, I love cheese, ice cream. I was still eating meat, still eggs in the fridge, all of that kind of stuff. So when we would shop, we would have to shop for two different people. And meals as well. Dinner, I would always be cooking mine, she would always be making hers. So it was a little bit difficult. And she was really great though. She didn't push me, she didn't say you have to go vegan, nothing like that. She just kind of let me watch her and watch her experience. Now, a few months into it, I was thinking, man, she's doing pretty good on this. I kind of want to try it out, but I don't want to commit myself. It's still really weird. That title of vegan is still really weird to me. So what I decided to do, I can actually remember the car ride. We were sitting in the car, stuck in traffic, and I turned to her and I said, don't get excited. Don't get excited, but I'm going to do 2 weeks on a vegan diet. And just to support you, I'm just doing 2 weeks and then I'm probably going to go back. And she just kind of smiled and said, oh, that's great, I'm really excited. And then during that 2 weeks, I watched some documentaries, I wanted to learn a little bit more about it, and I started to feel a lot better. And this was just in 2 weeks. I started feeling better, like I had some more energy, and the biggest thing is that the only way I can really describe it, it's like when you get sick and you have this really bad head cold. And then when you get better, it's like you have a fog lifted off of your brain. That's pretty much what I felt like was happening. It was like there was this fog that actually I had no idea had existed my entire life, was slowly lifting off of my head, and I was able to see more clearly. Now, I know that probably sounds a little bit bizarre to people who are still eating animal products, but really give it a try and see if this happens to you, because it happened to me and it was so weird. After the 2 weeks was up, I was thinking, well, this isn't so bad. It's easier to shop now. We're cooking just one meal for the both of us. It's kind of, it's making things a little bit easier. I might as well stick on it. But I was also thinking that I felt so good, but I had been told my entire life that I need animal products to sustain and help me grow and keep me healthy and strong and vibrant. So I wanted to do the research. I wanted to know, for me, this is for me personally, if the vegan diet really was the best thing that I could possibly be doing for my body. And so I started doing a whole lot of research. I started reading every book that I could get my hands on. I was reading studies online, watching documentaries, watching speeches. going on websites that I thought I would never in my life look at, and it was really interesting. What I found is that not only is it the healthiest diet on the planet for you, as far as everything to do with your health, it's better for your body, it's better for your bones, it's better for absolutely everything. Anything that you can name, it's better for it. Going vegan can reverse countless autoimmune diseases, it can reverse heart disease, it can reverse diabetes, type 2 diabetes, all different kinds of things. And so I was thinking, wow, this is amazing, but if this is true, why aren't more people doing it? And then it hit me like a sack of bricks. I had been lied to my entire life. I was told that eggs are good for breakfast, that milk creates strong bones, that you need meat for protein. Little did I know that eggs have more cholesterol. A single egg has more cholesterol than an 8-ounce steak. That the countries with the highest rates of osteoporosis are also the countries that have the highest rate of milk consumption. And that the meat that we consume, the proteins found in that meat can actually turn on and turn off cancers. This was mind-blowing to me, and I started to follow the money trail. Those industries have such a hold on us, on all of society, and they're pumping money into studies to prove that their product is better, to advertise, to completely brainwash us. And once I figured this out, I got mad. I couldn't believe it. So I wanted to do more and more and more research, and me doing that research has not stopped yet. This is now 3.5 years later. And this is one of the reasons I'm so passionate, and I want people to know the truth. Because regardless of the decision that you choose, whether you want to be vegan or whether you don't, you at least deserve to have the true information, the truth. You deserve to know the truth. And then I found out about the cruelty factor. I've been an animal advocate pretty much my entire life. I was always the kid to be playing with garter snakes. I wanted every different type of animal out there. If a bird fell out of a tree, I was the one to rush over and try and nurse it back to health. I always wanted to rescue animals. And yet I had no idea about the cruelty that goes on to animals. If you love animals, if you rescue dogs or rescue cats, if you love your pet bunny, if you are a bird person, if you enjoy observing, if you like anything to do with animals, you cannot say that you love animals and not be vegan. You can't. It's complete hypocrisy. And if you do a little bit of research, don't take my word for it. Do some research, do your own research, and find out about it. But the cruelty factor is huge. And next is the environmental factor. I had no idea about that either. All of the greenhouse gas emissions that are being produced simply so that we can consume animal products, it's destroying the environment. If you guys haven't seen Cowspiracy, please check it out. It's an excellent documentary that highlights all of the environmental concerns that are going on in our world today. So now I was sitting there. I had the cruelty factor, I had the health factor, and I also had the environmental factor. And all of these things were adding up. And I was going, how on earth was I living before? It's like only now I'm starting to truly live. Only now am I aware of all of the things that are going on in the world and the role that I play with them. Another question that I get asked a lot in regards to going vegan is what were the benefits that I felt for me personally? Well, I definitely felt like I had a clearer mind, but also my acne cleared up. I had acne on my face, also on my back, my shoulders, and all of that has since cleared up. I definitely have more energy. I feel way more alive, more compassionate, which is something that's just an added plus, I guess. And also, without even it being a factor for me, I dropped weight. So I'm 5'4", and at my heaviest I was about 128. I actually carried the weight pretty well. I'll show you guys some before photos here. And over the course of about 4 months or so going vegan, I dropped about 12 pounds, which was significant for me. So I was now sitting at about 116, and it was pretty crazy because I was eating more than I ever had in my life. So to back up a little bit, I'm a scuba diving instructor, and the job that I worked at, it was for a very small company on St. Martin, the island that we live on, and it was very physical. I was super physically active every single day. I was carrying tanks, I was carrying people half the time, swimming all the time, all of these different things. I was super active and my job was pretty strenuous. Now, the way I was eating was very, very, very poor. I've never been a breakfast person, so I would never eat breakfast. Sometimes I would have lunch. If I would have lunch, it was usually like a baguette sandwich about that big, with some ham and cheese, turkey and cheese, maybe some tuna, a little bit of lettuce, and that was pretty much it. For dinner, I was having ramen noodles pretty much every night. They're kind of tasty, but they were also cheap and they were fast, which were two things that were important to me at the time. So that's what I was eating in a day. It was really crazy. Very little food and huge strenuous physical activity. So I've since quit my job and now my activity level is significantly less. And yet I am eating so much more. I eat consistently 2,500 calories a day. Now that's the bare minimum. Sometimes it's 3,000, sometimes it's 4,000, sometimes upwards of 4,000. And I am not gaining weight. When you eat the right kinds of calories, so right kind of calorie, high carb, low fat, vegan, you will not gain weight. Unlimited calories. Let me say that again. Unlimited calories, no calorie restriction whatsoever. That's what I'm doing right now, and I am a lean being. I average between 105 and about 109. That's my range, about 4 pounds, but I don't go anywhere up from there. I feel like since I've gone vegan that I'm actually starting my life. I don't know where I would be in life right now, honestly. I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for finding the vegan lifestyle. And it has improved every single aspect. I can say that honestly. It has improved every single aspect of my life. So for this New Year's, if you're looking for a resolution where you want to be happier, be healthier in the long term, I'm not talking about the first 2 weeks of January, maybe the first 2 months, maybe even for 2 years. I'm talking long term, your entire life. Then the vegan diet is the way to go. In fact, the high carb, low fat, carved up vegans is the way to go. So that's my vegan story. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you are vegan already, I would love to know what your vegan story is. Use the hashtag MyVeganStory and either do a video or a write-up and share that on every social media possible. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all of that stuff, Facebook, everything that you possibly can. And we're going to try and get this thing rolling and inspire as many other people as we possibly can to go vegan in this new year. If you're not vegan, please let me know why not in the comment sections below. I would love to know your reason for not being vegan. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to make your day wonderful, and I'll see you again soon.
Hey guys, it's Nicole from Banana TV. So I was asked to share my vegan story.